me clear you. But once you see from the terrace, you will understand that the other side of road is clear. I can take him. Or
Yeah.
from the airplane, you will understand everything else more clearly.
Yeah, the more you zoom out.
Hmm. Zoom
Yeah.
out. So
Wow.
this is my funda of life, that separate yourself, your problems. Your problem is your mind.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And your body is also your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once you separate it, you get answer for all your problems. You solve it. You move on.
Welcome to Silent Sages Speak, the podcast where timeless wisdom meets the present moment. I'm your host, Sukhdev Virdee, and in each episode, we delve into the profound teachings of non dual masters, those who have transcended the boundaries of duality and revealed the simplicity of existence. Join us on this journey beyond words as we explore the essence of being with those who have realized the truth that goes beyond language, beyond thought. Open your mind, silence your chatter, and let the wisdom of silent sages resonate within you. Today, my guest is a stand up comedian and a mimicry artist who has traveled the world over performing for packed houses. He went from stand up to sit down after a transformation in his life that led to spirituality, and today he mentors hundreds of people online through his meditation sessions and online courses. I'd like to welcome to the show Ranjan Sahu. Welcome to the show, Ranjan.
Thank you, Sukhdev bhai. Thank you very much for inviting me for this podcast. And I'm really glad to you. And I keep watching your videos of other people also. And I really love them. The way you are conducting these classes and these interviews, it's amazing.
Thank you so much, Ranjan. For the viewers who are watching, I have to tell you, and I'm going to do this on camera. Ranjan Sahu has had a major, major role in my life on my path of spirituality. In fact, if you've read any of my books, in the acknowledgements on the third page, there are three people. And the people who have heard my story, I keep saying that three friends of mine who, out of the blue, gifted me the Bhagavad Gita that changed my entire life. Ranjan Sahu is one of them. In fact, what I'm going to do is I want to start with that because this is something I've never asked you. We've met so many times, we've done so many meetings, we've done shows together when you are doing stand-up comedy. But this is the question I've never asked you. On the day, if you remember the day you gave me the Bhagavad Gita, now
Yeah,
I uh, came near your home to a
yeah,
bank which I have never been to at a time that I normally never go out, and the bank was closed because of bank
yeah,
strike, and I
yeah.
meet you on the road because you came out to take your dog for a walk,
Uh,
and you told me to wait so that you go back home and get me the Bhagavad Gita. You wanted
yeah,
to gift it to me, and
yeah,
then you went home. I waited, and you brought it for me, and then I looked at it. I said, Ranjan, I can't read Hindi.
yeah,
And what I thought was that you would take it back and that would be it. But you said, no, wait, I've got an English one. And so you
English.
went back home and brought a English one. Now, here's the coincidence. What made you, number one, give me the Bhagavad Gita? And then, secondly, even, insisting that I have an English one.
Okay. Let me clear you and so many other people also. Bhagavad Gita is a manual of life. It have everything, whatever you want to know about yourself and the world around you. It has got answer for every emotions of yours. Okay. So what I saw, I keep gifting. At least I have gifted 85 Bhagavad Gitas to all my relatives, friends, and other things. I was planning to gift at least 101. Then I realized out of 85, let me clear this also. Out of
Ah,
85, I gifted, only three people have completed the whole Gita. You are one of you. And I feel proud of you that you have at least completed Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, people keep in a cupboard Bhagavad Gita. Same like me. Even I kept Bhagavad Gita at my cupboard for at least 8 years before
wow.
I started reading. So I feel really proud and happy that you started reading it, then you progress yourself to Upanishad, Vedanta, and you yourself is a known knowledgeable person, and you are realized through your meditation and other thing. I feel very happy, and this is at least in this life, if you ask me how many good things you have done, so one will be this. There are so many other things. At least I can show path to a few of my friends, few of my relatives.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Randan, you have we meet up and tell this all the time that you changed my life completely. Uh, the Bhagavad Gita, I mean, that was the starting for me, and it completely changed my life. But now today we want to talk about you. Now, going from stand-up comedy, we've done so many shows, concerts together, and packed houses. You're an amazing performer. You do mimicry in about 80 voices of actors. um, I even have never asked you this. How did spirituality start in your life? How did it come? Was it always there from childhood, or did it start at a different point?
Uh, but from my childhood, I was attracted to Ganpati ji, Bhagwan Ganesha. I was regularly going to temple, keeping fast, and japa was my favorite thing. Even today, I do japa of Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. So I keep on chanting this mantra at least 3 times a day, and sometimes even 15 times, sometimes even 50 times. I because I love that. And earlier in my childhood, what miracle happened during this japa chanting? Whenever I used to stuck in some questions where I could not get a proper answer or a way. And after completing this japa, I used to get a answer. Okay, now start doing this. You will
Okay.
get through of this pain. Okay,
Okay.
so I was attracted towards japa and puja and archana and everything. Then, as I said earlier, just 2 minutes before, that I kept even somebody else have gifted me Bhagavad Gita in Hindi, you know. So I kept that Gita in cupboard. Uh, in 2011, I was very sick. I was having some liver issue, and 13, 14 years back. I was having liver issue, and I was very seriously ill, very, very, very seriously ill. So doctor told me, doctor not told me, but he was talking to my parents and my brother that he is not going to live long. He might have some 6 to 9 months time. Then, or else you have to do a transplant, or he will go. So he asked me, "Do you know what will be your result?" I said, "Okay, but death is a certain thing. I have to face it." Then, when I discharged from hospital, first thing what I did, I have got 6 months time. This was the back of my mind, and I started. I removed the Bhagavad Gita from my cupboard and started reading it. So surprisingly, that Gita was Bhakti Yoga interpretation. So after reading for 5, 6 chapters, I could not connect it. I was not getting interested in Bhagavad Gita at all. You know, to be very honest. Then I searched and researched and did. What I like is logical thinking. Logical thinking. And Vedanta says Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. These are the three words you have to always remember. But Shruti means the Vedas.
Yeah.
Rishis have heard it, written it, and the logical explanation, logical, very logical, very scientific, and experience. What experience you are getting out of it? Have you experienced? Because we have in this lifetime itself only, we have experienced most of the things, most of the feelings. So when I got attracted to uh, Gyan Yoga Gita, so, Pujya Swami Chinmayanand ji, So I started reading that, and I got instantly connected before starting the first chapter. The introduction itself, I started getting connected to it. So, I started reading it, and after reading it, there was a new word for me, that Upanishad. So I thought, "Ki, what is this Upanishad?" Then I started, ordering some Upanishad, the major Upanishad, 10 major Upanishad. Then I started reading it, then watching videos. Maybe at least today I can say proudly, from last 13 years, I might have seen at least 2,000 hours of videos of different Vedanta gurus,
Yeah.
different Vedanta gurus, and it's a very logical, very practical way of understanding Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, because Upanishads essence is in Bhagavad Gita. Once you read Bhagavad Gita, it is completely Veda. So, this interest started, and somehow coming to that point, 6 to 9 months, I have never done transplant. I have never done anything else. But I don't know, 6 months have how many days, because I am living from last 13 years and well, well maintained. So that might be a triggering point for my life, that you start reading Bhagavad Gita.
So this happened in 2011, obviously
11.
13 years now, and the doctor said you have 6 months to live, and all you did was just read the Bhagavad Gita. No, what about medication and
No,
I mean,
medication was going on.
yeah,
Medication was going on. See, once you understand why you are getting this disease, you have
ah,
to stop the cause. Then the
okay,
effect stops automatically.
yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
earlier to that, I was having anger issue. Then I was not having a controlled life of eating lunch, dinner, and breakfast on time. I manage all those things, because, yeah, as I said, once you start reading Bhagavad Gita, you won't be disturbed in your life. You have to manage yourself.
yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. This is a testimony. Was it 6 months of just reading the Bhagavad Gita, taking medicine, and the doctors gave you just 6 months, and today it's been 13 years, and I
13
think
years.
you're more healthy than I am right now.
Because I've maintained a disciplined life after that.
Yeah. So
Disciplined life. I'm
after that,
completely living in Gita. Completely living. Whatever questions you will ask me, whatever I hear, what I do is I compare it to Bhagavad Gita.
okay,
There was as I mentioned, Pujya Swami Chinmayanandji. Uh, his guru was Tapovan Maharaj, and his guru was Swami Shivanandji. Once I read his commentary somewhere, that he said that start reading Bhagavad Gita as many times as you want.
yeah.
Then whatever you hear in this world, compare it to Bhagavad Gita. If it is not mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, then the other fellow is telling you lie.
I
It is
I
so
did that.
encouraging.
I
Ah,
did that for 2 years. After you gave me the Bhagavad Gita, three people had given it to me, and when I read it, because I was going through a very tough, the darkest phase of my life at that point. And when I read the Bhagavad Gita, I was like, why, number one, why haven't I read this before? Why didn't anybody give it to me? And secondly, it had everything that I was looking for in the sense of spirituality. I have been spiritual since childhood as well, and but always confused about God and which is the higher deity, and the formless and the form, and different the Hindu gods. And I'm from Sikh family, so we have Guru Granth Sahib. We learned Christianity in school, did Buddhism in school. We had Muslim friends, so very confused. And in Bhagavad Gita, I'll come to that later on. But obviously, what you're saying is what I did. I read the Bhagavad Gita for 2 years daily, and that's all I did.
yeah,
All I did. And then from that on, the kind of experiences and it changed, completely changed. Another thing I remember, after after reading it for 2 years, you would I remember telling you this, that I could not open the Bhagavad Gita anymore after that. Anytime I opened it, I felt like I'm gonna vomit. I had
oh,
I knew the Bhagavad Gita in and out. There was no verse, no word that I didn't know in sequence. And anytime I opened it, it was like, done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And that's when I came to you. and you told me you should now start reading the Upanishads.
Upanishad.
And I'm so grateful, number one, for you because you have been a guru in my life and you gave me the direct uh, guidance. Otherwise, I'm sure you must have watched so many videos, you must have gone through so many different platforms and people and books and found out the right ones. And I found the right guru. He gave me just the right guidance. So
So
I
that,
didn't have to go anywhere else. I just went to Vedanta straight because of you.
see, whatever I said just 5 minutes before, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. You're getting me? These points are, you are also experiencing,
You
right?
want to translate in English? Shruti means
No,
the word of the Vedas that is taken to be the authority in Hinduism. Uh,
Hinduism.
then
Yukti. Yukti is
Yukti means
logical and practical
understanding.
thinking, understanding,
Understanding with a rational, logical mind. No
right?
faith, no belief allowed.
Allowed. And the experience, Anubhava.
Anubhav.
Whatever you are experiencing is same thing. And as you said 2 minutes before that, after reading Bhagavad Gita for 2 years, then there was a time that you don't did not like reading it again. So this is mentioned in Upanishad, Mundaka
Oh,
Upanishad.
oh,
Mundaka Upanishad. What it is said, I don't clearly remember the mantra,
yeah,
but I can explain you. Ki first thing you have to do after coming and realizing and after understanding Vedanta, first thing you have to do is you have to reject Guru.
huh,
Second thing, what you have to do is you have to reject scriptures,
yeah,
and then only you will understand God. So if for example, 10th standard you have studied in school.
yeah,
Right now you are not carrying the the textbooks you have,
yeah,
nor you are in touch with the teacher who
yeah,
taught you the 10th standard knowledge, but you still remember the knowledge.
yeah,
So here it says, here is you, then guru, then scripture, then God.
yeah,
God means ultimate reality or consciousness, whatever you say,
yeah, yeah,
So first you have to reject Guru. Then once you complete your, complete study, once you understand everything, reject this, and you will reach it. So
yeah.
whatever you are thinking, I just want to prove you that whatever you're thinking, it is already mentioned in Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. Wow, wow. You didn't tell me this before. I've Mundaka. I will check that out.
Mundaka, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you pushed me towards Vedanta and the Upanishads. Now, how did you come into the Upanishads and the Vedanta after when you started off? Did you have a guru, a living guru, or was it videos online? Was it just the books? How did you start off? Because for me, it was easy because of you. But how did you start off with the Upanishads? A lot of people, no, Upanishads, Vedas, no, 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 no. I don't have the time to read all that. I won't understand it. How did you start it?
As I said before, while starting reading Bhagavad Gita of Swami Pujya Swami Chinmayananji,
Yeah.
I came across many words like Upanishad, Vedanta, Brahma Sutra. So I was eager to know what is Upanishad. That was the first thing I have heard. I've never heard from my childhood what is Upanishad.
Okay.
I never knew. I knew that there are four kind of Vedas, but I never knew end portion of Vedas are called Vedanta or Upanishad. You know, so once I again and again those words was repeating in those Bhagavad Gita. It is mentioned in Mundaka Upanishad. It is mentioned in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is mentioned in Chandogya Upanishad. So I got ultimately I got attracted. So at present I don't have a direct guru, but all the Vedanta gurus, all the whoever follows Advaita Vedanta, he is my guru. And it have got a systematically understanding of Guru Shishya Parampara. I don't accept any guru, who is not having a parampara.
Okay.
I will rather, off my video and sleep for 2 hours, but I won't follow that guru, who is not having a Guru Shishya Parampara. So
Yeah.
best thing is that, in India, ultimate gurus are like Shankaracharyas. From
Right.
last 1200 years to 1400 years, they've got a Guru Shishya Parampara. I think the present Pujya Shankaracharya is, I think, 148 or 150th number.
Wow.
He's having all the Guru Shishya Paramparas. Even if you see, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya's Guru was Govinda Padacharya.
Yeah.
And his guru was Gaudapadacharya, you know.
Gaudapada.
So, and his guru is also there. So, this knowledge have come directly from God.
Yeah.
You can call it the Dakshinamurti, the first Shiva, you know, the Guru Shiva.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. You put me on to Swami Sarva Priyananda, and I loved
Yeah.
his videos. And he puts it in a very nice way. He says that if you want to go and buy a computer,
Uh,
and you're looking to buy an Apple computer, but you go towards the Apple computer store, and there's a man outside standing, and he tells you, hey, come here. You want to buy a computer? I have a computer that is better than the Apple computers. I have made it myself. It's much faster, much better, much brighter. Everything is much better, and it is cheaper than the Apple computer. Now, you don't know this person who he is. He has no background.
no,
Now,
no.
he may be saying the truth that he
Yeah.
has a better computer, but
uh,
you would rather trust the Apple because it's you trustworthy.
right.
Same with the Guru Shishya Parampa you're talking about.
Yeah. That is very important in life to get knowledge, you know. Even the teacher you followed in school also, no? They
Yes,
are also having a parampara.
yes,
Not
yes.
directly parampara, but indirectly parampara is there. They have
Yeah,
learned from somebody else. They have learned from somebody else. You know, if you want to logically understand, then you need a guru, shishya, parampara, no,
yeah.
guru.
And another reason for that is that the teacher, the guru. See, everybody can, maybe somebody can get enlightened, can get awakened, but necessarily cannot be a good teacher.
Yeah,
Teaching is a method. So they say, I think I've read this somewhere in Vedanta somewhere, that the three kinds of gurus. The first one, the best guru you can get is who is enlightened and knows the scriptures.
yeah,
Second best is the one who is not enlightened but knows the scriptures in and out.
yeah,
The third one is maybe enlightened, not enlightened, but has no method, doesn't know the scriptures. So he will try to make up his own method, doesn't have any tried and tested way of teaching. He may be enlightened himself.
yeah,
So that's why the parampara, even though a teacher on Vedanta who may not be awakened himself, but
yeah.
will always give you the right teaching.
Right teaching, right teaching. The third guru you are talking here, see, for some reason he could not study the scriptures.
Yeah.
For some reason he could not follow a guru shishya parampara.
Uh,
You know, he got this knowledge ultimately from inside. Whatever we say, you know, I got this enlightenment from my consciousness. Whatever he say, so
right.
he should not teach others. Why
Yes.
I am asking you? Why I am telling you? Because if you have got it, even I will get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is anubhuti. That is anubhuti.
Yeah.
That is anubhuti. The first guru is very hard to find, but you will get it. Second guru is very interesting because he keep asking you again and again. Have you understood this? Have
Uh,
you understood this? So
uh-huh.
the clarity comes. And the third guru, he will be confusing himself. He really don't know what is consciousness. So what he will teach?
Uh, right. Right. Oh, uh, I was trying to remember this one of this. Uh, wait, the when you got into the Vedas and the Upanishads, how long, or how is it still going? How long did it take you to understand what was in the Upanishads? Non-duality. When we come to
Yeah,
non-duality, Advaita, how long did it take you to understand what non-duality is? Because when I came to know of it, number one, it was like something I've never ever, nobody can even teach you that, because
yeah,
it can't be taught. It is absolutely seems to be useless for the entire world. um and nobody will talk about it anyway. um so it was completely inside outside for me. My mind, it was in out upside down completely. So how long did it take you for to
After
get
reading
what?
Bhagavad Gita, I could understand all the emotions we have got in our mind. And let me clear you with this that Indian philosophy, especially Bhagavad Gita and Vedanta, is far more deep than the Western psychology
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
because we understand mind like anything else. We understand mind completely what it can do, So
Yeah,
after reading Bhagavad Gita, I was very clear about the emotions I have got around. Then after reading one or two Upanishads, maybe I started with, there is a sequence, even in Upanishad, you have to go through a sequence. The first major 10 Upanishads, like Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Aitariya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. Then
yeah.
some people count it Swata Smitra Upanishad also. But being a story part, the Katha Upanishad is very interesting after completing Bhagavad Gita because it have got some capturing moment for you to
Yes.
understand the the concept and the story behind it. So I started reading Katha Upanishad first. Then I did Isha. Then by Mandukya, the third Upanishad, I understood. I understood non-duality Advaita, because of
Wow.
the Karika it has got a complete knowledge. The mantras are only 12 in numbers, but the Karikas are so long and from every point, from every angle, they are explaining you. So Mandukya Upanishad with Karika, if you have got it, start reading it.
Shankaracharya's
Uh,
or Gaudapadas?
God Bhadacharis.
Okay, okay, yeah, that like you said, it's only 12 verses, but when you see the Karika, it's like a whole
Yeah,
huge
whole,
book.
whole thing, whole thing. But they have covered, a
Everything.
question from every angle, from
Yeah,
every angle.
and the reason for that I found out is not the reason for that actually, but the Hindu texts.
Yeah,
One great thing about not only the Hindu, I think all the Eastern ones, the teachings start with the highest teaching.
yeah,
Everything starts with the highest. Now you don't understand that, then you come down, they'll come down, and then to come down to your level. But the starting will be the absolute truth. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, if you see, chapter 2, Krishna says everything that he wants to say.
yeah.
Everything is in the chapter 2. And then Arjuna has questions, so there's the other chapters, but chapter 2 contains everything, the highest teachings.
If you get an opportunity to read, I hope you must have already read it. Astavakra Gita.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that is a classic text, but it is
Yeah,
not counted in Upanishad or in
yeah,
Shruti Grantha.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so there was a debate between Bandi and Astavakra. Astavakra. So there are two ways to know ultimate truth. There are two ways.
Okay.
One thing is that, as you said, directly they give you the knowledge, then they clear the doubt.
Yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
second thing is neti. This is not consciousness. This is not consciousness. This is
Okay.
not consciousness. This is not consciousness. Then the ultimate thing, whatever is left, it is your consciousness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is beautiful. Uh, that's one really good thing that I like about at least these the Eastern texts
Yeah.
and the other the Mahavakyas.
Mahava.
They just cover in just one, and after all that is maybe after 45 years is when I understood Ikonkar Satnam,
Oh,
because now I can say Ikonkar is a Mahavakya. It
Mahava.
covers the entire word, relative and absolute in one sentence. Not even one
Once,
sentence, two words.
two
Ik
words.
onkar. And
Right.
so when you now, yeah, you said you read the Bhagavad Gita from the logical point of view. That's why, so Upanishads could be easier to understand.
Yeah.
How did life change after that?
After that, see, let me clear you one thing very clearly that we need this body to survive in
Yes,
this world, to
yes,
experience everything. We need this mind. to get interaction from the Gyan Indriya and Karma Indriya. So we need both of the things. But as Vedanta says, what is it? This is not permanent. Body is not permanent because it will keep on changing. It is keep mind. It is not permanent because it keep on changing. Once you understand this, and logically, practically, you have to ask yourself again and again. Again and again. Shravanam is the first method. Then Mananam is the second method. Mananam, you have to keep thinking how this body is not mine. When I can experience this, when we are talking this, how this body is not mine. You know,
Oh
when
yeah.
that question
Okay.
comes, yeah,
Okay.
that clarity should come. That
Yeah.
clarity should come. Then
Yeah.
how this mind is not mine because it is behaving in a particular way. You know, you once you understand this, then life becomes very easy. See, for example, if I'll keep my hand here, I can't see anything.
Right.
But when I keep this here, I can see my hand clearly. More far away, I can see it more clearly. More far away, I can see it more clearly. So this is the best way to understand this differentiate between you, the consciousness, and the body. So when you separate yourself from your body, when you separate from yourself from your mind, it is very easy to access your mind. It is very easy to access your body. You
Yeah.
understand your body mechanism. You
Yeah.
understand your mind mechanism. Yeah, and then a logical answer will come, and you will okay it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting me? So
Yeah.
this is very important. So once I understood, and as Vedanta says, once you realize that this body does not belong to me, you have become immortal. Then death cannot touch
Right. Right.
you. Right?
Right. This is I got this when I wrote my books also. uh I was giving examples and all these things. So I have a body, I am not the body. I have a mind,
What?
I am not the mind.
Not the mind.
But what we do is, I have a body and I have a mind, and that makes me the person I am.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was giving examples like this in my book. I said, this is equivalent to saying, I have a fork and I have a knife, and that
Huh.
therefore I am cutlery. I
Okay.
have a sofa and I have a chair, so I am furniture.
Furniture.
You know,
Right.
what I have, it becomes me.
Me. Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, in the right way, it would be, I have a body, I have a mind, I have a person, I am not the person.
Person. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about these teachings. I want to talk. Instead of going into the realization story, what kind of teachings do you give? Because you know how I've mentioned you in my books. Let me find one of my books. Um, the acknowledgement that I've given you is, yeah, this is from the day I met Guru Nanak. And there's a reason for this. And it's
Uh,
good that you're on, and I'm going to try to get as much information from you as I can. Uh, I have mentioned you as the third friend is Ranjan Sahu, a living encyclopedia of spiritual scriptures. He was sent by Lord Krishna to guide me on the path of knowledge, the highest truth. So
Thank you very much.
you are an
But I'm still
encyclopedia of,
learning. I'm still learning.
yeah, but you have read so many scriptures. You even know, even now, whenever I have some reading doubts, or if I want to know what has been said in which scripture, Ranjan
Uh,
Sao is the first person I come to.
First,
So,
yeah.
talk about the juiciest or the best teachings that you think Vedanta has to offer for anybody who's listening, maybe who's new, intermediate, wanting to learn a little more. What are the best teachings that you have found of
Uh,
Vedanta that can
I
help anybody?
I will always say, Bhagavad Gita is an important literature subject matter which involves each and every emotions of yours, and it's a manual of life. So if you are very fresh student in the field of Vedanta, start reading Bhagavad Gita. Once you understand Bhagavad Gita in and out, then you can start reading Upanishad. And Mandukya Upanishad, anyhow, it may be sound little difficult or non-interesting, but start understanding it. Once you understand the Mandukya Upanishad, then you will understand Vedanta very, very, very well, and there will be a new perspective in your life. You can understand everything very well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the thing. And as you mentioned, I keep on teaching because I from from the first lockdown, what I did, because it was already 9-10 years of studying Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad. So first lockdown, there was a stress in the whole society. People were getting affected by the coronavirus, and
Yeah.
many were, having pain. So what I started doing is I started conducting online classes on meditation, on Bhagavad Gita, and other things. So when I planned this, then I kept, reading more and more about Upanishad. There are 108 kind of Upanishad. Then at least I have, but today I can say proudly that 86 Upanishad I have read.
Wow.
And I keep on teaching them. So I have to remember first myself. I
Yeah.
can't quote from anywhere else. When you will check Mundaka Upanishad, you will find that mantra.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't say Mandukya, I can't say Isha Upanishad because I have to teach people.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
understand that. So that this journey is, it's going on, going on. You understood everything, but as Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi says, or there was a lecture going on. Somebody was teaching Upanishad, and he said there. So one disciple of his asked him, "What you want to hear more about Upanishad?" So he said, "I just want to hear what other thing it is mentioned about me."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So I took that line, and whenever I start reading a new Upanishad, I say, okay, it is talking about me. It is talking about me. Even with Bhagavad Gita, as I said, first Bhagavad Gita, I was not getting attracted. Then second, when I started reading, because there I could connect myself. I what I did. There was a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. But people will, whenever you will ask someone, they will say ki there is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. But I say there is a dialogue between Krishna and Ranjan,
Yeah. Okay.
not Arjuna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you understand that Krishna is talking about only you,
Yeah.
your problem,
Yeah.
then it becomes interesting.
Yeah.
Or else
Yeah.
for the third party, why we will show interest? Why Arjuna is having problem because he could not fight,
Yeah.
Why I should get bothered about this knowledge?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you start connecting yourself with Bhagavad Gita,
Uh,
then everything becomes easy. Everything becomes easy.
yeah. Yeah. I remember Ramdas. You know Ramdas, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
disciple of
yeah.
Neem Karoli Baba.
Limited.
So I've listened to a lot of his talks on YouTube as well, and there's a place where he's got a whole course, a whole workshop he did on the Bhagavad Gita. So the videos are there on YouTube. So he says in one of those videos there, he says that when you read the Bhagavad Gita, start off with it being just as it is
As
as a
it is.
story.
As it,
So
yeah,
there's Arjuna and there's Krishna and there's a story going on between them. The second time you read it, now like what you said, it is a dialogue between Krishna and
yeah.
Arjuna
Arjun.
and me. I am Arjuna and Krishna is talking to me.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then it will come down to the point whereby now I am Krishna who is
Ah,
talking to Arjuna. So
right.
it's these three different stages because
Three represent.
he was the disciple of Neem Karoli Baba. You know what Neem Karoli Baba's
Is a
yeah.
miracle.
So this and one more other point. It's good you're talking about the Bhagavad Gita. Um, we are talking. It seems like this is the text that has really changed your life and my life as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
When we spoke about it, I remember telling you something, and you told me this is the exact opposite for me. Because I told you since childhood, I was looking for spirituality, clarity, and everything. And I found in the Bhagavad Gita. What did I find in the Bhagavad Gita? I found Krishna or somebody standing up and saying, all these people, the God that they are talking about is
Oh,
I.
I.
And I thought, I have found God. I
Yeah,
wanted somebody to say that I am God.
yeah,
And it didn't matter who, because in all the scriptures, there is no other scripture that I have read where
right.
somebody wakes up and says, I am God. And
Uh,
when I spoke to you, you said it's the opposite for me. Explain that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because as I said, ki I kept the Bhagavad Gita for 8 years before start reading it. Oh, as I said earlier, that I'm a bhakta of Ganpati Bappa,
Ganesha. Yeah.
to Ganesha. So I keep on going temples. I kept going. Now the duration is very long. I keep once in a while I go to temple because I can see God everywhere. So
Yeah.
for me, especially you will find this in every bhaktas. For every bhaktas, for me, Ganesha is the greatest God.
Yes.
For you, Krishna may be the greatest God.
Uh,
For somebody else, even being a Vishnu avatar, many people differentiate with Ram and Krishna.
yeah.
They don't follow teaching of Rama. You're getting
Yeah.
me? So for me, that was Ganesha is the greatest God. And when I read this line, this was the first look I read. I said to myself, how can he be so sure that he's the only God? Well, what about Ganpati Baba? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, 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 so after understanding that, you may be Shiva Bhakti, you may be Devi Bhakti, you may be Ganesha Bhakti, you may be Surya Dev Bhakti, but Bhagavad Gita is a common textbook for you.
Yes. 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 That was very interesting for me, that the line that made me believe in the Bhagavad Gita and pursue it further is the same line that you said, you rejected Krishna being
Ah.
God, and I said, I found God. You said, no, how can you be God? you know, and
But now I understand that
yeah,
keep, as I
yeah.
said, keep, you may be bhakta of anyone, but Bhagavad Gita is a common, scripture for everyone.
And Vedanta clarifies all this. Like you mentioned, Rama, the differences between Rama, Krishna, bhaktas between a Shiv Bhakt and a Vishnu Bhakt,
Vishnu,
different bhakts. Uh, you can, number one, you can understand their emotion.
yeah,
Obviously, if I believe in a God and somebody else comes and says, no, my God, it's like my
my,
daddy's strongest,
yeah,
How
yeah,
can your daddy be stronger than mine?
right,
So
right,
the emotion, you can understand it
yeah,
from that point of view. But then Vedanta comes and clarifies it so well,
oh, so well,
so well.
so
Vishnu, in our Hinduism, there's the six schools of philosophy,
yeah,
and we have Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism, and these are the ones. But the main deities that are worshipped is Vishnu, Shiva, and Shakti.
sure.
Right? All most of them are the forms of this. Now, Vishnu, for me, how I clarified all this, and they're all one. They are
One,
all
yeah,
they are
one,
all the absolute God, and they are all one. How? You see, I understood it as Vishnu means that which is. Vishwa Anu, the one
I
that
know,
pervades the entire atoms.
enter,
Yeah, the entire universe. Whatever is Vishnu.
Vishnu,
Shiva means that which is not.
not
So Vishnu is everything. Shiva
everything,
is nothing.
nothing,
And Shakti is the power of Shiva that makes him appear as Vishnu.
Vishnu,
Consciousness, existence, and the power of consciousness, which we can call the mind as well. And they all arise at the same time. So you cannot have a thing without a thought, without a mind. The mind
right,
rises up as a thing, a thought, and the power of the mind.
right,
Shiva,
right.
Shakti, and Vishnu together, one.
Very nice. Very nicely explained. Very nice. Good.
Yeah, so Vedanta came, and the other great thing about Vedanta is I am so thankful to you, what you've done for me. You have no idea.
No, no, no.
Vedanta has no problems with anybody and anything, any philosophy, any belief, any meditation. It has no problem with anything.
Especially Advaita.
Yeah,
Especially
Advaita.
Advaita. Yeah,
Advait, yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this. You have been through the different kinds of Vedantas, the Vishisht Advaita, the Dvaita Advaita. You want to explain a little bit more about that? Because I
No,
I do not know much about it.
no. I keep reading something or the other, but I don't get attracted to those topics
Okay.
because
Okay.
ultimately, not because you are reading Advaita non-duality, even I am reading a non-duality that makes Advaita number one. No, it is not like that.
No,
If
no,
you'll
of
see
course.
the worldwide people followers also, you will find that Advaita Vedanta has topmost position because everyone want to understand Advaita Vedanta. Even those gurus, oh, whoever you name it, like Swami Vivekananda, Swami Chinmayanand, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa, everyone follows Advaita.
Yeah.
Those gurus who are very famous gurus since last 100, 200 years, you'll find them only in Advaita Vedanta because they are the highest teachers.
Yes. 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 I was pushed into it because I was such a huge I was so in love with Krishna, and when I could not read the Bhagavad Gita anymore and I was pushed away, I was literally could feel it, and I knew it that Krishna is pushing me away from bhakti into,
Bhakti.
and you brought me into Advaita, and I
Yeah,
understood why. I understand why. um, you can't go higher than Advaita.
Advaita.
You can't simplify the universe to that
Yeah,
which is one. You can't simplify it more than one,
more than that. More
everything
than that.
is one, or
Yeah,
not two. You can't simplify it more than that.
more than
um,
that.
what other did you have any specific life changing experiences with bhakti or Advaita that made you realize that this is the truth? Or when did you actually get the clarity that, yes, this is the truth, this is what or who I am?
Right. Oh, once it happened, but while reading Bhagavad Gita only, let me correct you in one of statement. Not correct you, but let me put it in other words that Krishna was pushing you away from bhakti. That is not a right, thing. As we are doing this podcast, we are chatting on Bhagavad Gita. So
Right.
we are already into bhakti.
Yeah.
We are already into bhakti. You may talk about the rituals you are not conducting anymore.
Yeah.
And if you'll see, in Bhagavad Gita also, second chapter, third chapter, he says, don't worship demigod. Demigod does not exist. You are also God, I am also God, everything else is God here. So demigod does not exist. But what he want to clarify that the first portion of Veda, that is Karma Kand,
Ah,
Karma Kand, the rituals and other stuff, you stop doing that, you start reading the Vedanta section. You will understand more. So bhakti is inbuilt in us. Otherwise,
yes.
we could not talk for 1 hour about Krishna and about non-duality,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
And as I said, once I understood uh, Maya, Maya,
Oh yeah.
that was, during I was reading, I think Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, and after 1 or 2 years of understanding Bhagavad Gita and this thing, I understood Maya, and that time was around 2:30 in the morning. I was reading, and you could not believe me. I just jumped out from my bed. Hey, I understood Maya. I understood Maya.
Uh,
Right, right. So that made me clear. Once you understand the Maya concept,
yeah.
and you can see everything is Maya, it
Yeah.
comes, So, once you understand the Maya, then only you exist, nobody else.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful. If you understand Maya and you realize everything is Maya, then there is the subject and the object. Everything
Object,
is Maya, and I am the observer. I am not the Maya. I am not
Maya.
this. So, yeah, wow.
So
Great.
that made me very clear. And as I said, once I started, uh, keeping a gap between my mind and myself, keeping a gap between my body and my mind and myself, then everything came on a track. Whatever problem, yeah, I have, whatever issue I get, because there are three kind of issue you will get it every day. Like we say, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. These are the three kind of problems
Things.
you may say challenges, you may say troubles, but you will keep getting it. So whenever I get, because I have differentiate myself from my body and mind, I can get an answer very quickly. So
Okay.
that is the miracle. Every second, every minute, I'm experience it.
Yeah. You want to talk about that? If somebody wants to understand how you can do that, because we have spoken this many times, but uh, the three kinds of problems that we face,
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
only three kinds of problems. And if you understand what they are, then any problem you can realize what to do with it at that particular point immediately. You want to
yeah,
explain that?
yeah. Sure, sure, sure. See, for every Vedic mantra, we say Shanti three times.
Yeah.
The first one is in the louder uh, audible. That is for challenges given by God. Devi ka dukha, Adi Devi ka dukha. That means what today in India we are facing, flood-like situation many places. There are earthquake, there are
Natural
fire in
disasters.
natural disaster, which comes as per Vedanta, it comes from God.
Okay.
Second problem, what you are going to get it from other animals and other human beings.
Other
Other
living beings.
animals, other animals, you are in a safe place, but still, sometimes even the mosquito can trouble you.
Yeah.
The mosquito can give you disease.
Yeah.
And the other people means the relatives, the friends, the loved one. They
Yeah.
give us pain. They give us
Yes.
pain. But they don't understand us. So this is the second problem. And third problem is that Adi Devika is created by God. Second is Adi Bhautika, that is given by other animals and other people. And third is Adhyatmika, that is given by our body and mind.
Okay.
Body and mind. But if you'll analyze everything, because I keep on teaching and I keep conducting mind workshops. So, if you analyze all these problems, everything comes to end in your mind.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to be in a spirit that any problem comes, I will manage it because I've kept a distance between me and myself
Yeah.
and from the
I
world.
think, yeah, here I've got some clarity just by you speaking. When you're separated from the problem, then you can decide with a stable mind. You don't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
carried away with
Right,
emotions. You don't
right,
react,
right, right.
yeah, yeah. So,
Same
yeah.
thing. You can experience it in a road, in a busy road. If you're stuck in a car with lots of traffic and the car is not moving, you are getting frustrated. You are getting anger. But the same car you see from your terrace, then the
Uh-huh.
anger issue will be little less.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see the same car from an aeroplane, then
Uh,
there is no problem at all.
I went attended a
And
seminar.
let me clear you, but once you see from the terrace, you will understand that the other side of road is clear. I can take him. Or
Yeah.
from the airplane, you will understand everything else more clearly.
Yeah, the more you zoom out.
Hmm. Zoom
Yeah.
out. So
Wow.
this is my funda of life, that separate yourself, your problems. Your problem is your mind.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And your body is also your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once you separate it, you get answer for all your problems. You solve it. You move on.
Yeah. Yeah. I like these few quotes that I put in my books as well. Vedanta is not interested in your life.
Yeah,
And the seeker would be like, okay, then I mean, what else is left then? Vedanta is interested in you.
you.
separating you from everything else in your life.
Right.
You know,
Very true. Very true.
so beautiful, I went to one of this one of a seminar where they spoke about this zooming out, um, how not zooming out, but any kind of problem. Another funny thing is, whenever we face a problem, we normally know the answer. We normally know what to do. So here's the problem. If somebody says, I have this problem, if you ask yourself, if somebody came to you with this problem, how would
Yeah.
you advise him? And you'll find the
Right.
person has all the advice to give, but he's
Yeah.
not following it himself.
Yeah. Right. 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 Right.
He is
This is, as I've explained to you, because I can feel pain in my body, but I'm not removing my hand to see where in body. I'm having pain, but I don't know where. So once
yeah,
you separate it, oh,
yeah,
I am having pain in my leg, or I am having pain in my elbow. Then you can fix it up.
yeah. Difference between I am having pain and I
Ah,
am pain.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I am sad. I am
I'm sad.
feeling sad. Or separating what you cannot be what you feel. You can't be what you have. So I have pain. I am not
Yeah,
in pain.
right.
Um,
One more suggestion I would like to give you.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, you know, Vedanta or Upanishad or Bhagavad Gita has a central teaching of samatha, equilibrium,
Equilibrium.
means
Yeah,
equilibrium.
yeah,
So you have to be well maintained here, not
yes,
very much here, not very much here.
yeah. They talk about
Once
the
you
the
understand,
middle
yeah,
path.
yeah, middle path, middle path. You know why? Because the as we say, head and tail, one coin has got both the sides. So
Yeah,
same thing happens here everywhere. Positive and negative, both wire comes together.
yeah,
Every situation, you have
yeah,
to understand what you have to choose. Like in Kathopanishad, they say Shreyas and prayers, the
yeah,
pleasant path and the good path.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So
Beautiful.
you have to be very clear about this thought. Ki, I have to be in samatha, I have to be in equilibrium, neither this nor this, but the middle path.
Yeah. I heard a very beautiful quote about the same thing just recently, and it's become one of my favorite ones. Opposites are in conflict, and you
Okay.
are in the center.
Wow, that's lovely, lovely, lovely.
Opposites are in conflict. Now you are in the center. Whichever side you choose, you will be in that. You have the choice.
You have the
You
choice.
can choose
Very
to walk in the center and not let it affect you.
right.
But that's the whole of life. Everything is in conflict, and when we involve ourselves, then we are part of the conflict.
Yeah.
Remain as the witness. It's watch this show.
Wow, that's great, huh? Great. In one line, you have made it so clearly, so clear.
uh, Ranjan, you teach a lot of people now online. I have attended your courses, I have attended your meditation sessions. How do people get in touch with you? What do you teach? Which are the courses that you have? I know you have your mind course, you have your the body weight loss course as well. You have meditation sessions. Um, what unique method do you use to teach people? And do you teach Vedanta itself, or do you teach other stuff apart from Vedanta on your courses and your online classes? What do you teach, and how do you take somebody from not knowing to
Yeah,
where?
you can visit my website, that is Ranjan Sahu, RANJANSAHU.com. You
Yeah,
will get all the information there. As you asked me, do I follow the teaching of Vedanta or I teach everything else? I will remind you what we were talking about, the third guru. I can't give explanation of my experience to somebody. It should be mentioned in the scriptures.
yeah,
That makes me authority. That gives me authority to talk about about the
yeah,
scriptures.
yeah.
At present, what from last 2 3 years, what we are doing is we are doing Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. That's
Okay.
a meditation of 112
Techniques.
different kind of meditation, and that subject attracted me because It is also similar to like Ashtavakra Gita or Maharamayana, or this is also similar to Advaita only, because it is
Yeah.
talking about you only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm on every Tuesday I keep meditation, and to be very honest and to be very frank, those people who have joined me after 2 years also, they none of them have dropped out. They are
Yeah.
still continuing, because
Wow.
my clarity of understanding and teaching is very clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a reward for me. That is a reward for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you check your progress? You check, whether people are liking your subject or not liking
Yes.
you.
Yes.
So that
Oh,
is the way.
I've attended. Yeah.
Yeah, and then about my mind workshops, once in a 2 month, or once the student get collected, I do. But there also I talk about Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. But as I said, I take the pointers.
Yeah.
Uh, Fourth chapter, 26 sloka. I will quote and I will explain you. Your problem has got answer in this sloka.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Right.
Great. Great. Great.
So that is my way of teaching, and I will make you understand your whole mind very well, how it behaves, how it sleeps, how it changes his
Yeah.
attitude, how thought comes, how you can change. You can't. There is a subtle knowledge here I want to share, that you can't change your thoughts. Thoughts
Okay.
keep on
Okay.
arising
Yeah.
in you through your past sanskaras. Past sanskaras means, let's not go to last birth. Here only, itself only. Desires, incomplete desires, they will be popping you up as a
Yes.
thought.
Yeah.
What you want to think,
Yeah.
you can change. Thought will come
Okay.
up.
Yes.
A coffee thought comes
Yeah.
because you have kept a desire of wanted to have coffee. But now you can thinking about. Now you can change your thinking. No, I don't want to have coffee. That's it.
Is it that simple?
Yeah, it is simple. Once you start practicing, see everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't forget that in our preschool we took at least 6 months time to understand
Yes.
ABCD.
Yes. Yes.
6 months time. So you have to give yourself a little time to
Yeah.
understand this concept. It is not, it's a simple game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grace comes to you. God will grace you. Even especially I found this in Advaita Vedanta gurus, they will not give you wrong advice.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will not give you wrong advice. They will show you the path, but you have to walk on your path.
Yes. Yes. Of course.
And you always remember this, preschool. You took at least 6 months. Some people, some might have taken even 1 year to
Yeah.
understand ABCD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Yeah. I
you have to give
understood.
that person.
Yeah, I understood this. This is a very this one point really changed my outlook on life completely. We have a body and we have a mind. The only way to change the body or the mind is to train it.
Yeah,
It only responds to training. Training means repetition. Repetition means practice. That's
practice.
the only way the body and or the mind can do something that you want.
Yeah, yeah. Very true.
So
Very true. There is
otherwise,
no other
before this,
alternate.
yeah, before
There is
that, I
no
used to think
other.
I'm gonna change my mind, done, and from tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock, I'll be up. And then
That does
four
not
o'clock,
happen.
no, it doesn't happen. Then I
That
realized,
is
no, you've got to train the body and the mind slowly. It will take some
slowly.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once it's trained, once you're in that habit, then changing that habit, if you want to, that also becomes a problem. But you
Right.
to install something new, anything to do with the body and mind you want to change, it requires training, which requires time, like you said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That is must. There is no other
There is
alternate
no
for
other
it.
way. There is no other way. Yeah. Yeah. Because uh the body is, they say it's we are creatures of habit.
Habit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
It is.
habits, yeah.
And let me tell you how much time it will take you to change. You means the audience. listening to us, it just take 1 minute time to
Yeah.
change yourself. But that 1 minute may come in 6 months' time, or 1 year's time, or 2 years' time. This
Yeah.
1 minute. Once you change yourself, what happens? We are in a comfort zone of a circle.
Yes.
If you see your life from last 1 week, see 1 month, you see, you are going through a same circle, same routine work you are doing, and you don't like few of the work you do as a routine work, but you don't want to change because change is a fear.
Yeah.
Change is a fear. So once you understand that for my betterment, I have to change my this habit,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it takes just 1 minute. Your dedication, everything is blessed by God. Yeah? God is always with you, and in fact, God is not always with you. You are God yourself. You are
Yeah.
God yourself. The reflecting for consciousness, the consciousness you have. So you will get all the support, all the blessings, all the grace from your own self, from your God, from your Guru, from your scriptures. And don't ignore the scriptures. Scriptures are the most to walk a path.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I said, you are the encyclopedia of spiritual
Thank
scriptures. Ranjan, we've almost gone over an hour.
Ah,
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. For me, it's a very big thing because it's like my guru coming, or somebody who changed my life. One of the three people who gifted me the Bhagavad Gita. I myself went on to gift about maybe 200 or 300 Gitas after that to different
oh,
people
okay,
in
okay.
different languages, Spanish,
Ah,
whichever language somebody wanted, either online or people who wanted them physically. I would send them from Amazon. But
very good.
you changed my life completely. And for you to be on a podcast with me today, it's a great honor for me. Thank you so much for
Same here.
spending this time. We could go on for hours. I think what we'll do is we'll do one more after a couple of months.
Yeah.
And is there anything that I have missed out that you would like to tell the viewers?
See, it's the subject matter you have clear it because you yourself is a well-knowledge person in the scriptures. So you
Yeah,
know exactly what to put, what not to put, and you know me as an artist also. We have
yeah,
performed together many abroad shows also. We have discussed so many spiritual topics. So you have kept everything up to the point. There is no question left, and we can always do another podcast maybe in coming few months.
yeah,
So even if somebody want to know some questions they have, we'll make it clear. That will
yeah,
be more interesting for them also.
yeah. I will put all your links at the bottom of the
Yeah,
video. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sending lots of blessings to you. God bless you. Keep doing what you're
right.
doing. The world needs people like you.
No, no, no. Same here. I've got the same feeling, proud feeling that you are, pursuing this knowledge, and as you said, 200 to 300 Gita. Just 1% people also start reading it. Now you have made it. You have made it.
Yeah.
You
Another
know,
thing I realized with Bhagavad Gita over all these years, the Bhagavad Gita, nobody goes and buys the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita always is gifted to you. You'll find that everybody, whoever's life has changed, somebody or the other gifted them the Bhagavad Gita.
Get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody walks into a store and buys the Bhagavad Gita.
Right,
Very rarely.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much, Sukhdev ji.
Thank you.
God bless you. And keep doing this good work and let people enjoy the talk and let people clear their doubt. Whenever you call somebody for your podcast, they get so many questions, so many answers. Someone might be waiting for a question to get answered. They
Yeah.
will get answers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.